Okay, now we've had a look around our Dreamweaver interface. I've gone ahead and cleaned up quite a lot of my template, literally just by highlighting and pressing delete, or where I've got these little boxes, if you click on the dotted edge and press the delete key, that takes those little boxes out. I'm actually going to put that back. I quite like it there. So, first thing that you're probably going to want to do on your website is change the title. Now, you can get rid of this top bit, but I'm going to leave it there just because if I change that, then I have to edit the background image, and it's easier to keep it there. So I'm going to change this to Tapir's Brill, and then we can take out this by free CSS templates. There'll be a credit to them somewhere else anyway. They've got a credit there as well, and there'll be a credit somewhere at the bottom, copyright, etc. Usually when using a template, you have to leave some sort of reference to who actually made the template. So I would suggest you just leave that at the bottom. We can take out the privacy policy in terms of use though, so let's get rid of that. That tidies our page up a little bit more. Okay, so my title of my page now is Tapirs Are Brill. If I want to edit this top image, which I probably should, but I haven't got an image prepared at the moment, you would come to it, click on it, and if you double click, you will be able to navigate to the different images. So there's your background image. There's a block image there to use, and there's the fish image. Obviously you would navigate to where you've got some pictures saved. So if I go back to here, and let's just see what pictures I've got on here. Nothing excessively interesting. Okay, so we're going to leave it as it is. If you wanted to put a different picture on, you would just go into it and double click on the picture you want. I'm going to leave it and cancel out of that and just leave that one as it is for now. I don't have a picture that's the right size for it anyway. But that's how you would edit a picture that's already in Dreamweaver. Over on this top bit here, they are your main links. So whatever your main pages are on your website would go there. Anything that is a sub-page, I would recommend, if you've got a sidebar on your template, putting it in the sidebar. So if I'm doing a home page, I might want to put links in to other sites about tapirs. Let's put more info. And tapirs in there. Let's give them a capital T as well because we can. And then in here, I would highlight that and type in link, whatever the link name is. So I'm just going to call this link 1. Then you can actually highlight that, go to your HTML and copy and paste your web address into there. So if I go to here and put this in, copy that, paste it into there, click off that. Okay, why hasn't that come up as a link? How very strange. Let's just preview this. That should, oh there we go, it has come up as a link. Don't worry if it does something strange like that. That's because this middle bit here isn't long enough. That's at the bottom of this middle bit. This side section, oh that's why, it's a different link setting. This side section here, where you've got all these links, is actually set out in a different place to this. So don't worry about that. When you put your content in, that will move back down. Let's close that for now and go back to Dreamweaver. Okay, so if this bottom bit shoots up, don't worry about it. It's based off where this section here ends. Okay. So, but we can put all our links two subsections on there. Change any of these, you just click in and type like you would do on Word. So let's put our title in here. Tapirs live in Brazil. So let's start with tapirs live in Brazil as a brief overview. And if I go back to here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cheat, and I'm going to copy and paste this in. Obviously in your work you will not be copying and pasting it in, you'll be writing it out, but I haven't got time to write all this out at the moment, and as I'm doing this as a demo, I'm not going to worry too much. I'm going to paste it into there. Now, this setup on the CSS has come up as a right align. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to justify. So I've clicked on CSS at the bottom. It's got targeted rule, post.meta. So anything that is in here, doesn't matter where we click, it's going to be applied to all of it. And then you can just click to align where you want it to align. Usually left align is actually fine. All the justify does, which is the one that I'm using, is lines it up on either side of the page. Works sometimes, doesn't work other times. But once you've got your content and it's all done and typed up in your own words, literally you go to Word where you've got it typed up, you copy it and you paste it in. You can edit it from there. So that is putting in our text. Now, just text on a page is going to be quite boring, so we're also going to want to put in an image. So come over to our image, click our drop down, and we're just going to put in a plain bog standard image at this moment. Click on image and go to where you've got the image saved. Now, somewhere down here, I have a tapir. There he is. So I'm going to put my little tapir on it in there. Now, this is loaded due to the settings that are on it. This is actually loaded so that it is aligned to the left with the text going around it. This is where this side comes in. So you might not want your text to the left, your picture to the left with the text wrapped around it. You might want it somewhere else. So if you come over onto your properties and you scroll down past these bits where it says padding to where it says float, left is the default setting, which has been set on this this template. You can change it to right, which will put it over here, or you can change it to none, which is essentially no text wrapping like you would have in Word. Mostly, if you have it set to none, you end up with big blank spaces. That's not usually a one that gets used a lot, because it just looks ugly. You don't really want huge blank spaces on your websites. Just no, in general. So if it doesn't come up as set to float by default, make sure you've got your image clicked on and look over at the side, find the float property and set it to left, right, whichever. So that's putting images in and text in. And when you're doing links on the HTML view at the property, you just paste your link in to there. If you are linking within your site, so if I say had 2 pages instead of just the index page, I was further ahead, you would navigate to your other pages by going browse for file and selecting your other page. Obviously I only have the one, go away. Obviously I only have the one bit in here anyway, so I'm not doing that at the moment. Once you've got it set and you found the page, you just need to click OK. If you paste it in, there's not really any problems with that. Make sure your page is saved. If you've got any other pages, so this has the default CSS at the top here, save that, go back to my source code and change it back to design view. And if we hit F12, it will come up in our browser and we can see what it looks like in the browser. So that is the basic editing, in addition to what is in our first tutorial. So have some fun with that, and let's see what we can get set up. To do a second page, just quickly before we finish this tutorial, to do a second page, all you would actually need to do, go to File and Save As, and let's call this Pictures. It will save as .html. Click Save. Pictures has now appeared at the top, and then all you do, you go back in and you edit the same as you did before. If you want to put a link into the home page, you would, well, firstly you would actually need to change the CSS for some of these, so let's just pick that up, and we would swap these around maybe to line them up, but you would just type in or copy and paste in or insert the pictures into here that you'll be using. Then where we wanted to put it, so let's put this as link 1. Go onto the HTML, click on the open bit. If that pops up, it's just because it's looking for an external file. Double click on the link you want, and that link there will now, if we F12 again and save all the changes, if I click on that, that will take us to our second page. Obviously I haven't made changes so it looks the same. So to do a new page, File, Save As, save your template again, and then all of your formatting will stay the same. You will just need to change the content.